Hey, vinyl community, welcome back. This is the second time we're filming this, and I just made a 15-minute video, and all of a sudden it stopped recording in the middle of it. Welcome back. This is HubTunes. I am Mike. So let's start this all over again. I'm doing a concert review. I know, it's shocking. I went to see the band W.I.T.C.H. W.I.T.C.H? You guys have heard of this band? They are Zamrock legends. This is their second record in the past. Years ago when I bought this, probably about 2 years ago maybe, this reissue came out. It's on green vinyl. I bought this and I think I talked about it in a video. It was one of my very first videos. And a guy said to me, I just saw them a few weeks ago. If you ever get a chance, you have to see them. And I was like, wait, what? They're all dead. And he responded with, no, the lead singer is still alive. And he tours quite a bit in the US. I did not know that. I mean, I've known of this band for forever. And I had no idea they still toured. Well, he still tours. And I said, well, I mean, how good can it be? I mean, he's probably very old and it's probably, I don't know, whatever. And he just responded with, no, they'll blow your mind. They're absolutely fantastic. So a couple of years later, a few months ago, springtime, they announced a tour of Chicago, coming to Chicago. And tickets were like $18, super cheap. And I love this record. I absolutely love this record. It's got every time I play it, it's got an Exile on Main Street kind of feel to it. It's very Rolling Stones. It's very loose. It's very easygoing rock and roll. And I every time I listen to this, I think Exile on Main Street. It just has that vibe to it. It's a masterpiece. It's unbelievable. I love this record. So they announced the show, and it's at a place called The Empty Bottle here in Chicago. It's a beer bar. I have a awful relationship with this bar, with this venue. I've been there several times, many times, and I never seem to have a great time. The last time I was there, smoke bombs were lit off in the bathrooms and we had to evacuate. And it was ridiculously unorganized. And the major problem with the place is the layout. The layout is terrible. There's a lot of, it only holds about 300 people maybe, but the layout, there's small doorways and you find yourself hanging out in the doorways all night because you can't really move around. And then the bar is right in the venue. So to watch the show, you're in the bar and there's people trying to get drinks and you can't really get to the drinks. It's very, very poorly laid out. And yeah, so I've had some issues there. I saw Parquet Courts there once when they first were coming around. That was a really good show. That was probably the best I've ever had. I saw Dr. Dog there once. That might have been the night of the smoke bombs. And I've seen some other bands. We saw Micaiah McCraven there. That was a great night. But again, so crowded, you could not move and you couldn't get to the bar. You couldn't get to the bathrooms. If you left your spot, you were out of luck. There was no way you're getting back. And this is a small venue. You should be able to go to the bathroom and get back to the spot where you're standing with your partner. It's very, very awkward. But enough of that. So I was very excited to see W.I.T.C.H. Very excited. So I arrive. The opening band was pretty good. Again, I don't remember their names. I gotta start writing down opening band's names. They were okay. I only caught like 2 or 3 songs. So that's why I wasn't even gonna mention them. So I arrive and I go in and I can't get to the bar. It's impossible to get to the bar. I finally get up there and I order my usual double doers and water. And the bartender just looks at me and goes, "Do you see that on the shelf behind me?" And I said, "Excuse me?" She goes, "Do you see doers on the shelf behind me?" I said, "I don't know." And they got 50 bottles, 70 bottles on the shelf. I go, I don't know. And she goes, well, if it's not there, we don't have it. Good evening. This is a great night. Already you're off to she was a bitch. I ended up getting one. But it wasn't Doers, it was something else, which was fine. I'm very easygoing. I don't know if you guys can tell. I'm very laid back. I am not like uptight or anything. So, she's like, well, we don't have it. So I think I got Makers, which is fine. I'm not going to bitch about it. I don't care. And she gives me this double Makers in a beer mug that weighs like, it weighs like 5 pounds. And I said thank you, and I'm a decent tipper. I give her the tip, and then as I'm walking away, she goes, oh, and by the way, you'll not be getting a double ever again. And I said, I wasn't planning on it. Thank you for your service. And I just walked away. So that's how my evening started at this wonderful venue that I love so much. So great album. They also made an album called Lazy Bones 2, or Lazy Bones. And this is really good too. Same vibe, green vinyl. This was just reissued, I think, a couple of months ago. Same vibe, kind of that loose Exile on Main Street kind of feel, bluesy rock. Really, really good. So the band comes on, and it is, the band starts trickling out. The guitarist, the bassist, the drummer, and it's a bunch of white guys. And I said to myself, interesting. I thought maybe there was another opening band on the lineup that I didn't see. But these guys come out and they start jamming, and they're good. They're really good. And they're just jamming along. They got a great groove going. The guitarist was really good. The drummer and the bongo players were great. And then the keyboardist comes out, and he's decked out in, African garb, and he's multicolored, outfit and everything. And he starts playing along, and they're jamming. I mean, they're really, really good. And then the lead singer comes out, and he's, in his African colors, and just bright and cheerful. And he's playing along, and he's got, tambourines and shakers, and they're jamming. They were great. So there's 2 original members. I should prepare more for videos. I don't have their names. But they came out, and there's 2 original members left. Maybe the keyboardist is not the original. He's been in the band a while, but he's not the original. And the 4 white guys, I don't know where the hell they came from, but they were really good. Really, really good. It just was not what I was expecting. So they ripped through about a 2-hour set of, they played everything on this record. They played most of this record too. There were a couple songs that weren't on here, and these were the 2 records I was most familiar with. So I was super psyched. They were really good, rockin' band. Yeah, it was a fun night. The lead singer was so personable. He was talking to everyone. He was talking, to people in the front, and like I said, the band behind him just rocked. I don't know how long he's been with this band, but I thought they were terrific. So I picked up at the merch table. I picked up their debut. This is The W.I.T.C.H. I don't know why they're called The W.I.T.C.H. and the others are just called Witch, but this is just called Introduction. I love this artwork. Isn't that cool? Really cool. Oh, I guess I could probably find out the name of the lead singer on here. Emmanuel Kahada. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, definitely not the band that was at the show. It just caught me off guard. I don't know why. He just wasn't expecting it. But I picked this up, and this is really good. I was listening to it just before I made this video. So this is their introduction. This is their second album, and I believe this is their last. Or this is the other way around. This is their second, and this is their last. Yeah, three albums, all very, very good. If you guys like just loosey-goosey, not sloppy. I don't want to say sloppy, but just rock and roll. Zamrock masterpieces. Absolutely. So check them out. I highly recommend going to see Witch. They will be at a local beer bar near you very soon. Oh, and by the way, that 5 pound glass got very, very heavy. And then you can't, and I got kind of towards the front of the stage and I'm holding this thing. And I had a great spot in front of the lead singer. And I'm holding this thing and it's empty now because I've drank the whole thing. And it's just heavy and heavy. And I put it down, but you can't put it down on the ground because it's glass. And you know somebody's got to kick it or step on it. So I brought it back to the bar. Not a chance in hell I'm getting back to my spot. So I ended up just hanging out in back for like the second half of the show, which actually was more enjoyable. You know, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. Everyone stay well. Just shut up. Bye.